We are going to be going into a very nitty-gritty rabbit hole of one of the most controversial topic you have ever known. Is it actually realistic that it's masturbation that is causing you to slow down, to procrastinate in different things which you're trying to do with activities? Is it the whole truth or just the half truth? You are about to find out in this very video today. I'm going to tell you what no one has ever told you about it, what your Grok, what your ChatGPT would not tell you. Why? Because most of the things which this Grok and ChatGPT are feeding you are from thousands of informations that are existing out there. So when I tell you this right now, your Grok can find it and add it to its new knowledge as much as your ChatGPT when you start sharing it, and a lot of people are aware of it. When a lot of people want to talk about masturbation, bring it down to some certain level and tell you that it cripples your ability to do things, to level up. It keeps you in a cycle of running a rat race. Is it true? Well, I wouldn't say it is true, and I wouldn't tell you it is lie. However, in this very video here, I'm going to be bringing out some points that are going to be putting your mind in the right direction to decide for yourself if it is actually true masturbation or shooting the stars. I call it shooting the stars. I mean, shooting the stars is the FAP. Now, let's get into the brass tacks. When you see most athletes who does anything that requires strength, such as soccer players or people who box and kick in the ring, there is one very behavioral pattern which they have repeated ages, and they keep repeating it. Even as I'm talking to you right now, none of them has skipped it. If they are going to involve in anything that's going to involve a serious confrontation or fighting, especially for a long stretch, even if it is running, anything sports activity, and you don't want some sort of energy flares or burns, bursts, you want to avoid not just masturbation, but you don't want to go into having intercourse with anybody. Now, it is not rounded at must. It is also centered around not having anything like that's going to involve shooting the stars. I'm certain you guys are knowing where this is going, right? But let's break it down further. A lot of people have been telling you that it is actually must. Let's get in. I know someone who has lived his entire life. He's like 80 years right now. There is no fab. And the way he shoots the stars, or the way he interacts with women when it comes to bedroom stuff, is kind of only when it is the right time. Just like the animals in the wild, they don't do it for fun. Are you getting my point? And there is something, a very gigantic secret about this very guy, and not just only him. I've also seen younger generation guys who are into fixing cars, who are into bricklaying. I follow them back to back and I study their life. There are two things they try to avoid. One is trying to do anything with anybody, any women, opposite sex, in that direction. It is always just at the right time when it's needed for procreation only. I follow them really beat to beat and back to back. A lot of people are going to say, how do I know that? How do I follow them back to back and they're not doing it? Well, I knew them because of their own kind of culture, their kind of religion, and that speaks volume. And there is a common resemblance, a shared sort of energy that flows among all these people that I know that are not involved in it. They are not going to gym, to do heavy weightlifting, and they kind of strike across with the same pattern the athletes don't do. Like when they want to play ball, match, they don't involve with any kind of activity that involves the other people, the other side that involves shooting the stars, because they know one thing, and that thing they know is not tied to shooting the stars. It is tied to anything that involves shooting the stars. It is not tied around masturbation. Are you getting my point? So I am not here to tell you how it affects the brain, but I'm saying from the people who play soccer, athletes, and some other which I know that does a lot of hard jobs, that they avoid shooting the stars. Not that they don't get into must stuff. They avoid shooting the star because of the consequences. And what's the consequences? The same consequences the athletes run away from. It's going to make you to become fatigued instantly. Don't even do it the day before. They have to, if they have to do a lot of exercise before playing soccer, they don't even involve in anything that's going to involve shooting the stars, because they want to keep their energy level here, hitting the roof. And these people which I have talked about, the mechanic and the man who have lived up to 80 years of age, which is not a Gen Z. There is no Gen Z that have lived up to 80 years of age. Probably people before the millennium. They have one thing in common. Their energy level is very high. If they get hold of you, they are very strong. They are seriously strong. And that speaks volume. It is not about the procrastination thing. About the procrastination thing, I'm going to tell you more brutal fact about shooting the stars, which you have to understand. So each time you're doing it, you should be aware of the consequences, which I'm going to tell you. Now, for the people who do a lot of hard work, when you stop engaging in shooting the stars for like a month, a lot of things is going to start resetting in your body. About the mental clarity, that's why I said you have a sharp memory, you will have a lot of excessive energy, you'll be strong and agile, and your focus and clarity will become sharp. That is true. But one thing that I often don't tell you is that it is not the mast that is actually causing it. It is shooting the star, whether you're doing it with women or you're doing it with anybody, I don't know. But so long as it involves you shooting the stars, that's ejecting, right? Ejecting is what I call shooting the stars, so you don't miss it. You have a lower energy level. You will become weaker. Each time you shoot it, you become weaker. That's something people often don't talk, and that's why the athletes, the fighters, don't want to involve in it before any context, because they want their energy to be high. Then something that's even much more important. Here is the bunker to this very shooting stars. Nobody ever told you. If it could raise one's energy level to this high, it's not just about raising your energy level. It's not just about the life force. It's also another life force that guides your immunity. It is something that strengthens your immunity to the core. It is something that builds your body and increases your immunity. And it's not all kinds of diseases that hits everybody that comes to hit you. If people around you are falling sick left and right, you're going to be exempted because of you are not shooting other stars. It's actually worth a while. If you're someone who is constantly getting ill on ill, maybe malaria, if you have a small mosquito bite, you start falling ill. It's not about blood group. No, don't let anyone fool you. I want you to check yourself properly and be sure that you are not shooting the stars like every week or every 2 months. Yes, there are going to be a lot of scientific quotes that say that it's good for the body. There are a lot of things that are good for the body that are not good for the body, for your own body. Because why? The society these days, the way you look at the society, is trying to create a weaker man. And here is another punch you have to take for this. The society is trying to create weaker men because the more weaker you are, the lower energy level you become. That's the time laziness will kick in. And when laziness kicks in, you will not have the grit, you will not have the mental focus, you will not have the audacity and guts to charge on and go into about doing your businesses or being focused on whatever you want to build. Lower energy level is where the problem is, that creates hesitation, that creates procrastination, that creates laziness. When your energy level is down, you are down. There is no fugazi about it. It's not the mast that is causing it. It is shooting the star. Anything that makes you to jet it off, to shoot it off, you are lowering your energy levels. And when you start lowering your energy levels, you start feeling fatigue. I have seen a lot of people who are shooting at the stars, but not going into mast two, feeling flushed, feeling brain fatigue, having loss of memory, and lacking focus. It was a very, very difficult thing to do. But they actually don't know. They are blaming some other things. Although there are other contexts which also want you to understand when you are procrastinating. There's something which you should understand first. Are you a multitasking person? If you're a multitasking person, yes, there's going to be procrastination. What I'm trying to make you understand here is you should remove the noise and know exactly what you are doing each time you are doing it. So when you are some kind of a multi-talented person who have different businesses running and you don't have time to even watch a movie, and you are finding that some of your goals, you are not facing them. If you are into Mastu, don't blame Mastu for it, because already there is an environment which you created for yourself. Your goals are what is draining your energy from one goal to another. And those are actually what is causing you to procrastinate and not Mastu. So blaming the Mastu. Mastu has its own problem. Its own problem, like I said, is lowering your energy levels and also keeping you doing things that are soft. Because the lower the energy level that you have, the more you start clinging to doing things that are less hard. All right? You start looking for soft work to do, things that are soft, things that are not hard. And when you start going towards that route, it's game over. A lot of things will start cramping down, laziness, start kicking in, procrastination, a whole lot. But people often blame it to mast and tell you to go straight and all that. It is not bad if you try to restrict it, but I'm trying to give you the broader picture here. So if you are not masting, and you still go ahead into shooting stars by sleeping with women or engaging in some other casual thing that involves you shooting the stars, the result is going to be the same like the mast do, whether I like it or not. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people who are not into mast too. but they shoot the stars every now and then, every week, maybe 2-3 times with women or with women. Meaning the same thing, they're experiencing the same thing people are talking about, that people who have mastered. And the worst part of it, let me blow your mind a little bit. If you are into shooting the stars a lot, right, it's gonna start making you to age faster. But people saying that's gonna make you to grow hair if you're doing master, that's a very big lie. They're trying to deter you from it. But the reality, which is that, is that's going to make you to age faster, because you are literally telling your body that you are procreating more. Maybe you have a lot of life, and that is your life force. You are decreasing right there. That's your energy level. So you start to become weak, and you're gonna start becoming short. You start feeling more fatigued to meet most of your goals. Even uploading video to the internet, or even filling up some of the little things you're gonna be doing will become very hard for you. Now, let's compare a lot of Western guys and a lot of Africans. One of the things in that aspect, a lot of Africans are not using this. A lot of West are using this. This help you to even go into doing more mastery. I'm not talking about just Samsung, I'm talking about every smartphone, because they have the capability to speed up the chemical reaction in your brains. I am not a neurologist, but I know this because there is what they call the algorithm. And when the algorithm lives in your phone when you have your internet on. And there are a lot of content in the social media out there that can trigger the response, your neural response, into making you to go into mastery, or even going to shooting stars when you have this device. Especially, let's say you have not mastered, you have not shot the star for days. If you have not shot the star for days, there is something going to happen. You're going to have a whole lot of luggage of your semen up here. And when it's up here, automatically, your urge, your drive is going to be up here. And when your urge is up here, your body is already ready for procreation as a man. And for women, I have not been putting women into consideration this time, but it's the same thing. Anything that is pushing, once your level of the deposition is here, that is what creates the urge. That's what creates the drive. And when that drive is up, your mind, your frequency will start building around it. When you will start building and thinking around it, now, this is a pure social experiment. I want you to take your phone right away and go straight into Instagram. To Instagram, this is a social experiment. Or go to TikTok. Believe me, within the first 3 posts you're going to be watching is going to be soft content, soft content that are going to stimulate you more into going into mastery or shooting the stars. That's the reality. You have a lower level of S that is down here. That's a low drive right there. That's a low hunger to master. It is a whole lot of low vibration. It is a low drive to even do anything. You become even lazy. That's it. The lower your semen level is, the lower your drive, for not just for women, it is drive for anything. The drive to achieve any goal, the drive to build or complete any project, the drive or hunger to finish any project you're doing, or to build anything. Procrastination will definitely kick in. So what am I saying in a nutshell? It is not tied to mastery, it's tied to shooting the stars. If you don't keep it periodically, let's say, it's not going to be good for the society the way it's going. A lot of, especially if you have a partner, it's women. I want to tell you something about women. The whole entertainment industry is built for women, it's not men. You should look at it. And so when they go into swiping and doing a lot of swiping, they do. When they swipe and starts, and it gets them on, gets their level up here, drive. Guess who they bring it to? They bring it to you. And that's going to make you to go into mastery or shooting the stars. If you deprive her, then there's going to be their consequences. That is where looking out to find another person who is going to satisfy that is going to come in. And that is what works. Relationship is a very difficult thing to control. That's the brutal fact. If you are not mastered shooting the stars, well, you program, maybe there are a lot of different, that's about you controlling yourself. It's about you also controlling your partner. Let her to not going into those sites that triggers it, because once they trigger it, if you don't give it to her, she go into solo. You know what I'm talking about here. If she's not the kind of person who goes into solo, then she start looking for another person to do it without your consent, without your knowledge. It is pretty much deep, but if you understand everything which I've said here, if you can guide her from it, then you can guide your own self from it too. The two ways work together. But if you can be able to guide her from it, why am I saying this? Because I've had a companion in those times that, in fact, when she get the dose of really high on it, she gets those kind of content and kind of me over to see it. What is she trying to do? Because she wants to get me into the mood to start shooting the stars. This is a pure fact. Each time you have more of it in your body, a lot of deposit on it, your ambition level becomes here. Your energy level becomes here. Your mental clarity becomes here. Your energy level, laziness got cut down low. Bottom line is, it's not mastery that is the problem. It's shooting the stars. You can retain it. You are retaining your energy, you are retaining your health. It's the life force that increases your immunity. Nothing increases your immunity or your body fighting mechanism than it. You become a workaholic. That is actually the real grain. That's the real fuel, octane, raw octane fuel that gives you that power and audacity to grind 247 and never get exhausted. It's more powerful than any pill you can ever talk about. It's time when you shoot the stars and clean it off. You're lowering your energy level, you're lowering your ambition, you're lowering your focus, you're lowering your mental clarity, you're lowering your high energy levels to take on anything you want to take on. Thank you for your time. I'll see you in the comment section.